I'm sorry guys, this had to be recorded in 3 bits. Now this is another data set. Adult female acne, why it happens and why it has an emotional toll. Like women, when it happens to women, it's always an emotional toll. But yeah, they always make fun about men's hairlines. But here's a fact, more women have adult acne in their 30s than men have balding. Also, this one, women are predominantly healthier than men, but why don't they have more teeth than men? So they also lose out teeth, which retrudes their jaws. So women might have even the same genetics as men do. The truth of the matter is, craniofacially, they are worse off than men are. The only reason women are rated higher is because men have an insatiable sex drive compared to them. That doesn't mean that women are objectively craniofacially any better. That doesn't mean that this delusion that she has, the average woman, is pretty and she has looks to offer. Bro, if you have looks to offer, why don't your offered looks make the son more attractive than the father? In fact, when the two people are considered on an equal level of attractiveness. Remember Alain Delon, right? Alain Delon. Yeah, his wife was considered equally attractive as him. Now look at their son. This son is actually less attractive than Alain Delon. What that means is the wife is much less attractive than the husband right there. In many cases, you'd actually notice a significant degrade in the son's looks compared to the father, where the woman is considered more attractive than the man. And you would often notice that the daughter turns out prettier than the mother, because the father is actually better looking. Those genetics actually make up for it. But the average man is rated like 3 out of 10, while the average woman is rated like 5.5 out of 10. But when it comes to the genetics, when it comes to who makes prettier children, it doesn't seem like an average woman married to an average man makes their children prettier than that man, right? Or their daughters become uglier than that woman in question. Again, because women underrate men's looks, and this is all tied to this, maturity. Women also overrate their own maturity and intelligence, which is also proven by this little bit of data. Look at this one. So previously on the channel, we have shown you guys a variability curve. This one is much more closer to accurate, right? Yes, the graph for men is flatter, but it's not flat enough to where the differences are enough to have more men as retards. In fact, women still have more women who are on the lower end of the IQ, below the 100 IQ, than men. Seen the graph which I sent? Look at the graph I sent. So in absolute terms, women still have a greater number of retards than men do. And men only have a greater number of high intelligence individuals than women do. So this data that people often show that men have more retards, that is simply not the case, because even the most retarded man is nowhere near as retarded as the most retarded woman. And you can look at this closer. Women actually outnumber men in the lowest IQ sections as well. In every single area, you would notice that women have a higher number of less intelligent individuals. And when it comes to this side, women are outnumbered 15 to 1 in the highest intelligence ranges. That is also the reason why men have different chest divisions, because this is a 3-factor combination score, but men have an even more pronounced advantage in spatial reasoning. And they often point out, this Indian, girl won the chess championship or something like. No, she didn't win the chess championship. She just beat the number 1 female competitor, right? And she was like, oh, there is so much sexism in this sport. Bro, you are not going to last a single round with Prague. You are not going to last a single round with Magnus. You're going to get your ass blown up by, that Gukesh guy.
Yeah, who gets recently defeated Magnus, right? But still, Magnus is on a whole another level, man.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna obliterate her. Like, she is gonna feel like a third grader
He
if she.
would come on the last 30 seconds and still be.
Yeah, Magnus is gonna, like, the others are still gonna fuck her up pretty nice, but Magnus is gonna make her feel like a third grader.
Yeah, same like the video I sent right now. Right.
Free Fire Squad.
What is this? What is this? My Free Fire Squad?
Free Fire Squad. UMPK.
Oh my God! Why are you sending this shit?
Desert King.
Desert King.
Sniper King.
Sniper King. Why is it Akshay Kumar with?
Free Fire.
And it's some music in the background. Now what is this? Don't send this shit. Don't send this shit. This is just crazy. Let's just stick to the topic. Let's just stick to the topic. This is important.
That topic was Epstein versus Diddy.
No, the topic was not Epstein versus Diddy. This is the same thing with women's intelligence, like I said. They overestimate how mature they are. And Goyal and colleagues in 2019, they did a research and they discovered that the average man brain is a few years older in terms of chemistry than the average female brain. So what happens is, because of exactly that reason, supportive therapy does not work on men, because if you tell men that they are special, that there's so much good about them, that if you validate them, it doesn't work on them. Honestly, it doesn't work on anybody, right? Like, think about it, Gunacharya. Like,
Yeah,
if it's
but women are like, no, but they can cope better.
yeah, they can cope better. Like, think about it. If a woman has problems, you tell her some good stuff. Does it really solve her problems? It would simply, for the short term, make her feel better than a man would. With the man, the issue is the man is much more emotionally developed, and as a result of that shit doesn't work on them. And this woman was like, listen to her.
What's crazy is that we're, as women, are like asked to, and often work that can't even be recognized by the other man because they just do not even have the emotional intelligence.
Oh, they don't even have the emotional intelligence to understand how this woman feels. Bro, they have the emotional intelligence to understand your troubles. They have the emotional intelligence to deal with your problems. What they do not have is that innate hatred for them, which makes you bitter and whine about doing the smallest things for them. That is the difference. That is the difference. And Christine Larson and AJ Cousins have done plenty of research on this. And Costa and colleagues in 2023 did another bit of research on this. Women consider the vast majority of men unattractive, right? Right. So combine that data with the fact that women blame men that they do not find attractive for stuff they have not done when they are ovulating in particular, right? That was
What repeat that?
Women blame men for stuff they haven't done and emotionally abuse them and tell them and call them out for being not understanding, do not feel close to them. So this was the findings, especially in certain times of the month. And this being two separate studies done by Christine Larson and colleagues and AJ Cousins and colleagues. And they discovered exactly this. So it's not that men are not working and doing all of this for women. They absolutely are, and they understand. What women lack is a form of logical reasoning which men often have better than them. Now this study, I can't exactly recall this, but there was a study on this, that when men have negative views of a person, they can often separate the good stuff that they do with the bad stuff they believe about them. They consciously separate those two things. While with women, if they have a bad opinion of someone, that transcends everything and influences the judgment of everything. So if most women are married to men that they do not find attractive, that alone stops women from seeing anything and everything that they do. You'll actually notice in Dr. Max Butterfield's recent video on how fatherhood and relationships change men, and so many women down there are like, oh, marriage doesn't change women, marriage doesn't change men. So this was my comment below Dr. Max Butterfield's video. If something can be learned of Dr. Max's comment section here, is women, and a huge chunk of women at that, do not consider the 7 extra job hours and the 7 extra childcare hours as change. Every time Pew Research has looked into this, they have found men in all phases of life work more than women. 40.8 hours versus 39.9 hours before marriage and children, and 55 hours versus 53 hours after marriage. Women are stuck on having less leisure hours, conveniently ignoring. Yeah, that bit is pretty self-evident. So, this is from Pew Research. So, there are massive changes that men bring in themselves when they are in relationships. They often sacrifice their hobbies. And people who have worked very closely with all right, guys. I might have revealed some of my browser history, which should not have been revealed. Guys, I was trying to,
What was it?
like, fuck it, man. Yeah, you're gonna... Brutal. Absolutely brutal, though.
What was in that history, man?
It was about it was one random video of some Indian bitch blowing some dude.
Damn, send that to me, gang.
Yeah, bro, sometimes I just have to use interracial because I'm light skinned and I have a preference for dark skin. Self insertion.
Wait, repeat what was
So, sometimes I just have to.
what race?
Sometimes I just
Male
have.
out of no. Male was of what race?
What?
Male was of what race?
I think the guy was white or Latino. I don't exactly remember, but he was light skinned. He was light skinned.
Okay, so
And the girl was brown Indian, not like light Indian, but brown Indian.
okay, still send me that.
Bro, this is being recorded, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the humor. Yeah. I'm scrolling in my community tab. All right, so this is the serious bit. All right. Tom Holden wrote this. In my years of working with couples in therapy, I've very rarely seen a woman who routinely listened to the emotional pain of her male partner, the think purple polar bear. Very rare. Women do often claim that they want a man who is in touch with his feelings, but if you scratch and sniff, you find that means that he should be in touch with her feelings. It's a rare woman who can regularly sit with the man she loves. Honestly, Tom Holden should have put she loves in error quotes, to be honest. With the man she loves and non-judgmentally hear him out on a feeling level. Yes, women will claim that men give them no chance to do this, that they are cold and unfeeling, but give her a chance in therapy to listen to his pain. And what I have repeatedly seen is that she has a very hard time with this and often recoils, right? So women don't really listen to the emotional pain of their husbands. When they actually listen to the emotional pain of their husbands, they recoil. What is actually happening is a lot of women are simply married to men that they're not attracted to, and they complain and whine about every single thing that they do without any exceptions. No matter, there's a saying I got about this, no matter how good the guy is, no matter what he does, that best is never enough. With some men, with most men, in fact, with most men, what you do, however good that is, it's not enough. So opinions, Gunacharya.
Yeah, man, all the stuff you said was very well.
And she kind of answers herself over there herself. Oh, the average woman the average woman has everything to offer looks. She thinks she is pretty, and with that kind of women, what often happens is she believes that that is all they have to do. She also
Yeah, but
overestimates.
like in a woman, the thing that happens is
Yeah, no,
they
they
support
don't
each
even
other
have to be pretty.
They support each other on the face, man. Listen, they support each other on the face, but deep inside they are jealous when they see a Stacy.
Yeah, the thing, and they actually sabotage those women as well. Like, they don't even have to be pretty. They just have to believe that they are pretty and prettier than you, in order for them to ask for all of this while having none of this. Women overestimate their own looks, and that is hugely because men overrate the looks of women. I just mentioned a lot of statistics in the previous video on malocclusions, nasal bends, and adult acne, right? And yes, also women lose orbital bone as they age. Men do not lose orbital bone as they age.
I already lost all my orbital bone at 16.
What? How did you lose all your orbital bone at 16?
I don't know, man. It's just I'm a speed learning.
Bro, what the fuck? You're just making this shit up.
No, I'm being realistic, man. Like,
That is
rise is looking.
no, that shit already answers every single thing. She believes that the average woman has looks to offer and the average man doesn't have looks to offer. As soon as they are not attracted to you, that ensures that no matter what you do, that would never be enough to them.
Yeah, listen, make sure to open this reel. This put some conspiracy label on your channel.
And watch it on Amazon Prime Video, even though it's not on Amazon Prime Video. Watch it on YouTube and buy YouTube Premium so you can.
Was this on Netflix?
Yeah. Buy YouTube Premium so you can watch my videos without any ads, even though my videos don't have any ads to begin with.
Yeah. And make sure to buy some vitamins so that your brain works faster and you can understand.
Make sure that you buy Apple Bluetooth earphones to listen to our black pill yapping. Yeah.
What's crazy?
Yeah, man. Like this guy, like
sure
this
to watch
this
this
girl,
video.
man. This woman, dude. She is not even her schmogs looks match. Like the crooked lady mogs her. The crooked lady mogs her. Like look at that jaw, man. Look at that jaw. The jaw width is abysmal.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, and don't forget to drop a few hate comments on her videos.